Yo, Joe! In today's video, we're going to be doing something a little bit different, and we're going to be taking a look at the G.I. Joe Classified Retro Card Back Collectible Figures Series 1 or Wave 1. I recently went back and started collecting these. I've got every single figure that was released in Wave 1. Let's take a look at the packaging. We'll unbox them and take a look at the toys and see if they meet our G.I. Joe 80s retro nostalgia standards. Hello YouTube, it's me, it's Michael B. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and like I mentioned in the opening, today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. In fact, we're going to be taking a look at these G.I. Joe Classified Series Retro Card Back Wave 1 toys. Now, I've managed to avoid getting into collecting the G.I. Joe Classifieds up to this point, but they got me. You know what got me? Seeing the original retro card back, the original packaging that I collect the toys in. Oh, that is my kryptonite. Whenever they re-release an 80s toy in the original packaging, I just can't stay away. Anyways, these retro classifieds aren't anything new. They're just the classified figures again with a little bit of a repaint to make them look more OG, and they come in the original packaging, but they fooled me, they got me, and now I'm collecting the set. Anyways, I've got all of Wave 1. We're going to take a look at them today and see how they stand up compared to the original toys and some of the other re-releases we've had over the years. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I always appreciate the support. This is your first time to the channel, you like what you see, go ahead, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, all that YouTube jazz. So guys, here we have Wave 1 of the G.I. Joe Retro or Retro Card Back line. There you've got Gung Ho, Lady Jaye, Destro, and of course the Baroness. Now the first two released were Lady Jaye and the Baroness, followed by the second wave of Wave 1. It's really confusing. Gung Ho and Destro. I was lucky enough, I was able to get Gung Ho, Lady Jaye, and Destro here locally through Toys R Us. The Baroness eluded me. I had to rely on my buddy Nick Madsen to send her in. She was actually pretty expensive. I ended up paying like $80 Canadian by the time everything was said and done to get her here to me. The others I got at normal retail price, so not too bad for somebody who started out a little bit later. So like I mentioned, the first to come out was, of course, the Baroness and Lady Jaye. You can take a look at the packaging. It's the original packaging with the art done slightly modified to make it closer to the actual classified series character while showing the original image and shit. I don't know a better way to explain it than that. That's certainly not what the Baroness looked exactly like on our original packaging. Turn it around and you can see it's interesting when they come out with the waves early. Like I mentioned, it was just the Baroness and Lady Jaye. They didn't really tell you who was next, but I mean, you can see from the pictures, it's pretty obvious that's Gung Ho and Destro, but at the time we didn't know. Now, another thing people complain about is the way that the card backs are done. I remember when I was a kid, I used to actually cut these out and keep these in instruction booklets. I don't know why, but like I just held on to these cards themselves. I didn't keep anything else, but with these, I'm going to actually keep the card backs total. I don't normally open these, but I got to open these classified characters. They're just so cool looking. Another thing I really want to point out is the flimsiness or cheapness. I mean, look how thin the card back is. Like, it is really, really thin. Has a really flimsy feel to it. Like, if you're getting it shipped, you'll notice, like, a lot of people who get them shipped, these will be all bent up and stuff. So they could have done a better job with the packaging, which you'll see addressed in later series. The packaging is a lot more thicker. Not exactly original, because this piece is now hidden in multiple layers of cardboard, and it's going to be a little harder for us to get out. Like, when we open these, we can just kind of peel that out, but that's what we're looking at. There you can see the package, everything that's included with Lady Jaye. This is, again, based on the Classified series, so it's got all her classified collectibles in there, not necessarily the ones from her original packaging. So, guys, as an example, here you can see the Lady Jaye 3.75 3 3/4 inch figure that came out back in 2020 or 2021, I want to say. You can notice the significant differences compared to the actual Lady Jaye Classified series figure. There's a difference in the weapons, what's included. Instead of a spear she can huck, she has this weird like spear gun. Take a look at the difference in the picture. This one you can tell is definitely a different looking Lady Jaye. Neither of them look like the Lady Jaye from the cartoon. I don't know what is going on there. Poor Flint, he's got a mystery woman there. Anyways, so this is the difference between the 3.75 inch. The outfits are rather similar. This one has higher boots, and definitely has a different grip. Not exactly accurate to the original figures, neither one are, but anyways, still very exciting to see. I'm going to leave you sealed, but you're getting opened up in a second, Lady Jaye. Now, I unfortunately didn't have a Gung Ho or a Destro or a Baroness from the 2021 series, or 2020, I can't remember exactly when it was, but I did have my 25th anniversary Gung Ho here, and as you can see, significantly different from the Classified series, different coloring. I remember the original Gung Ho to be more like this from my original figures. I don't know what this was. Back at the time, I thought these were so cool, but seeing these retro ones right now, you realize just how good these are compared to the 25th anniversary. And then we've got the, this is the Baroness, but she's in Cobra gear over here compared to the Baroness we all know and love with the black outfit. This is with her blue Cobra gear outfit. Me personally, I appreciate this, but the things I do want to focus on is the included weapons. As you can see, we've got this gun is included right there. The backpack is included. His hat comes off. Unfortunately, this one has like a dark green hat. I don't really remember him having a different color hat in the cartoon. But then again, this isn't the Super 7 cartoon series. So, you know, it would be nicer if the hat was closer matching to the actual green that they have there for Gung Ho. But otherwise, a pretty good collectible toy. And then over here with the Baroness, you can see the exact same gun as the original. Then these other guns, the glasses that come off are an interesting choice. So, yeah, that's the difference between the Baroness, 25th anniversary Baroness, which they didn't have a picture to show, and the Gung Ho. If you take a look at it, the picture actually on the box is pretty similar on this one. The only difference is, of course, they've changed the tattoo that's on his chest to match the new tattoo that's there compared to the one that's here, which is probably closer to the original image. Alright guys, so let's start by opening up the Baroness. She's the most expensive one, and really the first one that came out in the series. You guys know how much it kills me to do this. I'm going to try to do this as... Oh yeah, well, the seal's broken right now, so as you can see, this is probably not the cleanest way to do it. There's more professional toy people that probably do these with a knife. I've seen people use scalpels and everything, but we're going to try to be as easy as we can to keep the card back. And of course, I butchered it already, but here we go. Let's open it up. And I always said I wasn't going to keep these as is. So here's everything that's included with the figure. We've already lost the back, but it's too late now. No going back. The Baroness is open. So here's what's included. So guys, here is the Baroness, and I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with her so far. I've heard other people say these are the ultimate G.I. Joe figures. I can certainly see why. They're gonna look really cool, posable. They've got a good feel to them. Lots of points for articulation. Man, toys have come so far. Like, you can... I remember when I first got G.I. Joes and they had that elastic in the middle that always seemed to break. But here's what's included. You get the Baroness herself. You get two guns that I've already put in her holsters here, two handguns. You get this stand that is characteristic of the original G.I. Joe figures, the 3.75 inch figures that we got back in the day. So that'll help them pose and stand. I'm excited about that. She's also got mini guns that can go in her hands. Not multiple hands, but, you know, they are posed in a way that they are ready to take the firearms as is. So you can see there are lots of different ways to point. Another thing I was concerned about, she also comes with a sniper rifle, which also can fit into one of her hands. It's a little big to have out as a gun. This is more of like a grenade launcher. Another thing that I thought was really interesting was the fact that her glasses came separately. But I did notice, and I didn't know how they would work, but I did notice the indents on the side of her head. And when you do include those, I was questioning whether or not they should have been included or not, but what a cool feature. And if you ever did want to play, like, what a fun thing for glasses to get knocked off by a shot or something. It might be stupid, but I'm really impressed with this Baroness figure. Good start so far. So next up, we've got Destro, the Baroness's love interest. Again, flimsy packaging. Same with everything with Wave 1. Picture on the side, very reminiscent of the original. He's painted like the original figure. Everything looks really good. Gray boots. This one is really super accurate to how I remember my childhood Destro, so good job on that. Including the briefcase here. Let's get into what's included. Going to the card back, we get the normal retro card back. Yeah, there's not much more to say there. So I was really disappointed. I missed out on getting Destro in the 3.75 line when it came out, but gotta say this character is pretty impressive. We've got a holster here for his handgun. That's included, that's painted red. It's a very sturdy figure, and we've got this new technology here where it claps back that the G.I. Joe 3.75s have had instead of the band and how they were connected. Lots of points of articulation again. You've got his wrist rockets there, his silver gauntlets. Yeah, very impressive. So he comes with this gun, which is going to fit into his holster. What a cool thing that the actual holsters hold the guns. Very impressed with that. Of course, he once again comes with this stand that we can put it on with the traditional Cobra symbol. We'll see the G.I. Joe stand in a minute, but, you know, this is what we're kind of used to with these figures. He's got this weird gun. I've always remembered seeing this gun in the cartoons. Is it going to fit in his right hand? Not sure. Yeah, so I always remember seeing this gun in the cartoons. Destro had his own very specific, iconic gun, so looking good. And, of course, the briefcase here. Does the briefcase open? That's the only real question I have. Doesn't look like it, but that's okay. So we've got our Destro briefcase, and that's everything with Destro. Really solid, well done figure. So guys, next up is Lady Jaye, and she's an interesting one because Lady Jaye has a very strange accessory where her hat comes off to reveal she's not Lady Jaye, but G.I. Jane. With the other Classified series, there was another mold where you could have her with just hair. They didn't include it with this Classified, so we just get the one. So it's weird that it's included, but that's the way the Classifieds work. These aren't brand new figures, they're just reskins of the original. We also get this handy-dandy little knife that you're going to find fits very well into this pocket right here. Love accessories like that. We also get the stand that you would have saw her on. And this G.I. Joe symbol that's not original. This is something new they came up with. Hey, it's better than an eagle. I think it looks pretty good, so good job on the G.I. Joe logo. I've seen some other ones that are pretty terrible. You also get this spear that you can throw. Not 100% sure what this is. I think it's like another spear top, like a little grappling gun. I remember, there's the one where her and Scarlet were trying to get into Extensive Enterprises. She might have used that grappling hook. Now, another thing I absolutely love. Look, there's a backpack here. The backpack fits in. This brings me back to the day with the original G.I. Joes. I will say the backpacks, that is going to make those interestingly top-heavy. She also comes with this weird camera. So, I don't know what the deal is with that. I know the original came with something similar. And here is her spear gun, which I'm sure this fits into. Yeah, look at that. So there's the spear gun that you can shoot out. There's your Lady Jaye action figure. And interesting. So as much as I gripe about paying more for toys nowadays, when you get one like this, you can certainly see why they're a little bit more expensive, how far toys have come. Again, the points of articulation, how sturdy they are. Good job. I always wanted Gung Ho as a kid. I never had the 3.75-inch action figure. This one looks really good. Love the coloring, love the attention to detail. Let's go over some of the other things that he's included with as I try not to tip over the entire table. So, of course, we get that classic G.I. Joe stand here with the new, they could have done nothing on it, I suppose, but they do have that star look there, G.I. Joe. Of course, we've got the big traditional Gung Ho backpack. There it is. Finally got it on. Took a little bit of time, but there's Gung Ho's backpack. Then, of course, Gung Ho also comes with his hat, and like I've said, I wish the hat was the right color. It fits on really well, but I wish it was the right color. It looks still pretty good, but like the original had the hat that was the exact same color. If you're going to go real retro, you're going to want to recreate that. Then, of course, we've got this knife. Oh, there's Lady Jaye going over. Then, of course, we got this knife. Goes in his boot here. Really nice attention to detail. We've also got a pistol that is going to go in the side hole. Of course, I'm going to drop it, trying to put it in. Pistol going into the side holster. I got to do with this in a better area that's more comfortable because I don't have a lot of room trying to do. Maybe we'll try this at another time because this does not want to work. Alright, we did manage to get the pistol in the side holster. It was a little bent. And then, of course, last but not least, hold on, let me get him on this card. Oh my god, look at that. The boot knife started to come down and off him. So anyways, we've also got his, iconic shotgun here. We're also going to put in his hand. So here is Gung Ho. And, I mean, good-looking toy, really well-articulated. I just got there's a lot to him, man. You've also got, like you can see on the side, you've got the shotgun shells or the grenades that go in that grenade launcher he's got on the side. Nice touch. Like I said, over here he's got his pistol that goes in the side holster. His hat is detachable. Knife in the boot strap. Really cool toy with a lot of moving parts. So guys, that's my look at the G.I. Joe Retro Card Back Wave 1 series. I'm a big fan. Obviously, I love the way the toys are. You can definitely see a major improvement over the original G.I. Joes. It's based on the Classified series, which are already widely loved, so I can see why people like them so much. Big fan of the dudes. The females do feel a little bit more slight, but I mean, that is what it is. But the dudes are extremely well built, have a sturdy feel to them. I love the classic imaging. They've done a great job doing a quick repaint on some of these Classified series toys to make them match the iconic original cartoon series. These are probably the ultimate G.I. Joe figures to collect and display and play with if you're so nasty. So, big fan of those. I'll definitely be collecting more, and if you follow me on social media, you already know that. I've already picked up almost all of Wave 2 that I could get my hands on, and of course I've got all of Wave 3, so stay tuned. There'll be more videos like this in the future for those people that like them. And for you people out there in the home arcade community that are big G.I. Joe fans like myself, yo Joe, and stay tuned because I'm going to tell you a lot more about these, and then you'll know. And knowing is half the battle.